There's a fog in the air today, which is always good to come to a woodland when it's foggy. When there's fog in the woods, it helps with your photographs, it helps with all the muted colours of the layers of the trees. Really comes out really nicely in the photograph. So I ventured into my local wood this morning and having a wander around, see if I could get a few good shots, find some nice compositions and hopefully use the fog to my advantage. First off, I've just stopped next to an old dead silver birch tree that's obviously fallen over in some storms, but it's also covered in a really nice fungi. So I've set the tripod up quite low. I'm going for about f4, f5.6. Again, tried to make a shallow depth of field, which will emphasise the fog in the background and hopefully create some nice layers amongst the trees. While I'm here, I'm going to try and get some close-up shots using my macro lens. Fantastic Nico 105mm macro. I think it might work quite nice on some of these fungi. Make a different intimate landscape shot as well. I found an area here in the woods where the fog's starting to lift. Still a little bit of subdued light in the very distance of the trees, but in this area here there's quite a lot of dead bracken on the ground, which makes a nice contrast in colour compared to the pine trees that are dark green. And in the distance there's a smallish tree in the middle of the forest, which I'm going to put a bit of emphasis on in the picture. And behind that is obviously where the fog's starting to lift through the trees. Might make quite a nice picture. The light's very flat in a minute, so what I'm going to probably try and do is crop it fairly tightly, or just have a little bit of sky in the frame. This always helps when you're in woods to make things look a lot closer than they actually are and a little bit more intimate when you crop the sky out. Again, we're going to go for quite a shallow depth of field, probably about f4, f5. And I'm going to bracket the exposure as well and make sure that I'm happy with what we get.